Hi everybody, welcome to This Week in Falmouth. I am Michael.
I am Susan.
And the weather is warm today.
Oh, I feel the planting bug.
It's starting, here it is.
Yeah.
And there's some really cool stuff going on out there. Flowers are popping up.
Oh yeah.
People are in town.
I saw my very first forsythia today.
Nice.
I always note, forsythia.
Yeah, then all of a sudden, like overnight, everything's yellow. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then all the more traffic, more people here.
Yeah,
so
there definitely is more traffic.
Yeah.
I have noticed that, yeah.
So what is going on?
So we'll start out with something that doesn't have to do with visitors, and that's the Cape Realty School's April classes, which take place upstairs at the Chamber of Commerce. And those will be Saturday, April 5th through Sunday, April 13th. They're weekend classes, live classes that when they complete the course and take the exam, you can get your license. And so fulfills the state requirements, also engages you in content from start to finish.
Okay, excellent, great.
Cape Realty School's April classes. Go to their website, or ours, falmouthchamber.com. This has got to be the shortest calendar notation that I've ever seen. Clothing sale, Saturday, April 5th, 8:30 to 2 o'clock, John Wesley, $5 a bag. Stop by, something for all.
Wow. Wow, $5, stop by.
Yeah.
I like it.
Isn't that cool?
I like it, all right.
Like, wow, one line, there it is. $5 a bag, stop by, something for all. Yeah.
One line is good, you won't forget anything.
Highfield Hall and Gardens is presenting Felted Easter Eggs Workshop with Cheryl Flett on Saturday, April 5th, 1 to 4. You will transform wool into beautiful Easter eggs. Let your creativity flow as you discover the fun of needle felting. Easy to learn techniques, step-by-step guidance, and all the materials you need. And you will create your own lovely felted Easter egg to take home with you. Yeah. Come with a friend or bring your teen tween for a special morning. Register online. No guarantee that there's still space available here, but give them a shot.
Felt by Flett.
Felt by Flett. I know. I think of that every
just think
time.
of that when
Every time I do. Yeah.
you
Felt
won't
by
forget
Flett.
that now either. All right. Yeah.
On Saturday, April 5th at 1:30 p.m., the West Falmouth Library is presenting Agile and Sure-Footed, a talk by Dr. Kumara Siddhartha, MD, MPH. And he's well known around here. He does a lot of wellness education. The talk is free. They'll take any donations at the door. He is a physician, author, and public health expert, and will be discussing food strategies to prevent falls and fractures.
Nice.
It covers all the important nutrients for bone health and joint comfort and reducing risk of falls and for bulking up your muscle and your strength. He has nearly 30 years of medical practice, and his focus is nutrition.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I've heard him speak like on NPR and stuff. He's really interesting doctor and interesting speaker. Kumara
Well, it's an
Siddhartha.
important topic, and with the demographic of our population, there's a lot of people that would be interested and could use this advice.
Huge.
All right.
And food can do so much.
Yeah, it can.
20th Annual Evening of Jazz, Saturday, April 5th, 6:45 to 9 o'clock at the Coonamessett out on Gifford Street. Starts with the Falmouth High School Jazz Ensemble, showcasing its talents to the Falmouth community, followed by the Dave Zinno Quartet. The night will finish with the FHS Jazz Ensemble and the Dave Zinno Quartet playing together. This is the 20th anniversary.
Yay, 20 years.
20 years of Annual Evening of Jazz.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Dun, 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 dun. Beethoven, the revolutionary. I can't. This is exactly what happens in my head when I see that name. The Revolutionary Cape Symphony Concert. This is Saturday and Sunday, April 5th, 7:30 to 9:30, and Sunday, April 6th is 3 o'clock. It's a matinee at the Barnstable Performing Arts Center on West Main Street in Hyannis, and that's also known as the Barnstable High School. They have a great auditorium there. This concert will be conducted by Dina Gilbert, who's a candidate to become the Cape Symphony's next music director.
Oh, great! That's right. They're trying people out.
I love it. Their
really
concerts
cool.
have been like trying out candidates.
No pressure, right?
Yeah, because they're looking for a new music director.
Excellent.
So. The repertoire features war horses from the Western canon chosen to showcase the talent and the skill of This conductor, the program, Beethoven the Revolutionary, includes the Great Leonore Overture No. 3, violin concerto featuring guest violinist Alexei Kenny, and a culminating performance of the epic Symphony No. 5.
I love it.
Yeah.
Epic.
Epic.
Epic, okay.
Okay. Highfield Kitchen, meet the chef John Wilson of Water Street Kitchen. I have included this simply to let you know that Highfield does these just about every month, I think, these Meet the Chefs. This one happens to be sold out. I did go on their website just to check it because they are frequently sold out.
Okay.
This one happens to be sold out. But keep your ear to the ground because they do these regularly. They're very popular. They have a class with a local chef who goes over whatever food they're preparing and teaches you how to prepare some foods. And
Excellent.
so, yeah, it's
All right.
always really popular. Highfield Kitchen. Short film, Troubled Waters, Preserving the East Coast Fisheries, is being presented by the Marine Biological Laboratory. It'll be at the Clapp Auditorium on 7 MBL Street on Monday, April 7th from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Free and open to the public. Know that there's limited on-street parking available. Documentary filmmakers Dui Lin Tu, Columbia Journalism School, and Barbara Moran, WBUR, will present a special screening of this short film, followed by a panel discussion on preserving the East Coast fisheries in a changing and threatened environment. Yeah, there's lots of things going on. The film stars Mirda Teichberg, Associate Scientist, Marine Biological Laboratory, Glenn Gawarkowitz, Associate Scientist, Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, Kate O'Keefe, Executive Director of the New England Fisheries Management Council, and Bill Amaru, New England Fisherman. And it's, again, produced by WBUR and the Pulitzer Center.
Okay.
So, yeah, Troubled Waters.
Nice. I know Bill. Should go just for that. That'd be kind of cool.
There you go.
Nice,
yeah,
all right.
The WFL Book Club, that's the West Falmouth Library, continues on Tuesday, April 8th at 1:30 with The Frozen River. And then after this, they have one more. This is their winter program, and that will be The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride, and that will be on May 13th. So this is April 8th, 1:30 p.m., West Falmouth Library. The Frozen River. The Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Falmouth out on Sandwich Road is presenting on Wednesday, April 9, 7 to 8:15 p.m. Reality is our sense of self too narrow? You and your trillions of microbiome friends.
Wow.
Which, if you didn't know, you actually have greater weight of bugs in your body than your cells of your body.
Well, I didn't know that, and I'll tell you, I'd like to learn some more. Wow, okay.
I mean, you know, there are cells, without this symbiotic relationship that we have with bacteria, we wouldn't be alive.
Oof.
So, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yikes.
So Exploring the Nature of Reality continues. Jessica Mark Welch and Betsy Wilder lead in our second to the last discussion of this series, the microbiome and our sense that we are human, but in reality mostly microbial in terms of our cell numbers and DNA coding potential. So our microbiomes make up more cells in our body than our actual human cells do.
It's amazing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. In person and on Zoom.
Okay.
Walk-White Bay and the Vinland Mystery. This is also very interesting.
I think.
Thursday, April 10th, 4 to 5:30 p.m. This is being presented by the Falmouth Museums on the Green. For over 175 years, researchers have attempted to unravel the information in two Icelandic sagas, the Greenlander Saga and the Saga of Eric the Red, with the goal of locating Vinland, an area on the North American Atlantic coast where grapes grew wild, winters were mild, and Native Americans already occupied the land. This is what they know about the space, and they've been trying to pinpoint it for all these years.
Wow.
Where this space is. Without doubt, the single most important development in the long search for Vinland was the discovery of an 11th century European settlement just outside of a Newfoundland fishing village. found in 1960 by Norwegian writer adventurer Helge Ingstad, and excavated by his wife, archaeologist Anne Stein Ingstad.
Okay.
The site has never been fully accepted as the answer to the Vinland mystery, and many researchers are actually look to Vinland further south, which would put them in southern New England, and in particular Massachusetts and Cape Cod.
Could it be Cape Cod?
Yeah.
Where the grapes grow wild.
And
The
so
winters
they're
are
saying,
mild.
Exactly.
I like that.
And Native Americans already occupied the land.
This could be here.
Yeah. So this
Wow.
is part of that Waquoit Bay and the Vinland mystery.
Okay.
Just, I guess, the newest and latest of whatever discoveries have been made, but it's still a
Kinda
mystery.
interesting, yeah.
It's still
Cool.
a mystery. Where did the Vikings set foot on America? Yeah. Guided tour at the Cahoon Museum takes place on Thursday, April 10th, 11 to 12. It's offered every Thursday. Learn something special about the museum's historic houses and current art exhibition, and it's a great way to get an insider sneak peek of the museum and their ongoing exhibits. And they have a few of them right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. On Thursday, April 10th, 5:45 to 7:45 p.m., the West Falmouth Library out on West Falmouth Highway is presenting Dungeons and Dragons. In the D&D players in the 5th through the 9th grade, that's who this is geared towards, starting April 10th and running to May 15th, they'll be hosting some Dungeons and Dragons. It's free. Register for the 5-session campaign. There will be no meeting on April 24th because of school vacation week.
Oh,
And this is it's sponsored in part by Darkwater Games, Dungeons and Dragons. It's pretty amazing that that's still around, Dungeons and Dragons.
50 years going strong, at least, right?
Is it 50
I don't know,
years?
40
No.
years? I think it's...
Is it? I mean, it was well after I was, I was not a kid.
I thought it came out really, gained a lot of popularity in the 80s, but I thought it's been
Yeah.
around since the 70s.
Oh, it's
I think.
possible.
I could be wrong.
Oh, I just didn't realize I'm as old as I am.
I could be
my
wrong.
God.
I could be
Am I
wrong.
that old?
Oh, well,
When you say the 70s, I'm like, oh yeah, only the 70s.
only the
but
70s.
Wait a
How
minute.
long ago was that? It was a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons. And finally, we're going to finish with a virtual author talk by Barry Schwartz on Norman Finkelstein saying no to hate, overcoming anti-Semitism in America, presented by the Falmouth Jewish Congregation on Hatchville Road on Thursday, April 10th at 7 p.m., free and open to the public. And I think with a lot of times with these talks, it's in person or Zoom. It doesn't say that here, but it's very frequently the way it is at the Falmouth Jewish Congregation. This is the National Jewish Book Award finalist in Education and Jewish Identity. Saying no to hate is a sobering, empowering primer on how anti-Semitism and the fight against it changed the face of America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. We got a business after hours coming up.
On the third Thursday
Third
of this
Thursday of
month,
this
so it's
month.
a couple more, and it'll be at the West Falmouth Library.
Okay.
And the nonprofit is still to be determined.
Okay.
And yeah, that's it.
Wonderful. So on Falmouth in Focus, last week we did a piece on Bubba.
Oh, Bubba the harbor seal.
Bubba the harbor seal, who was leaving the aquarium to go to the Midwest, and Bubba was supposed to leave in mid-April, but what we heard is there's no bye-bye for Bubba. Bubba's, no, I shouldn't say no bye-bye, but it's been extended.
No
His stay here has
current
been, extended for a month. So Bubba is not leaving until mid-May. So if you haven't had a chance to go say goodbye and see Bubba, go on down and check it out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
another 4 weeks with Bubba.
Another 4 weeks with
Isn't
Bubba.
that cool?
Yeah. And so I think the aquarium is still open.
Aquarium's still open. There's going to be some massive renovations going
Massive,
on.
yeah.
I think that Bubba leaving is not tied into it being closed down. Bubba was going anyway.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought it was tied into the
Yeah,
closed
no,
end.
Bubba's going to another place, and that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. You know, he's going to bring some love to the Midwest.
Yeah, some joy
And then at
to
some
the-
point in the future, the aquarium's going to go under some renovations.
Major renovations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Okay.
So if you were wondering, you know, he's going to be here a while.
Bye-bye,
Yeah.
Bubba.
So between warm weather, planting, all
Yeah.
this other fun stuff going on, Get outside.
The flowers are
enjoy it.
blooming. I've seen daffodils,
Bicycles
forsythia.
everywhere.
There's bicycles everywhere. Be
Yeah.
very careful. There's
Yes.
also a lot of cars out
Yes,
there.
there is.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Make it a
Yeah,
great week.
Make it a great week.